Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, SILENTHEROS. I'm teaching my son words. You know, you got to put it in that song stuff. Anyways, man, Floyd Mayweather team was damn near ambushed. I mean, I only know what you guys know. I haven't made any phone calls. I got my kids, but I mean, a car. From what I know, a car pulled up beside of him and basically opened fire, which means there's a bounty on Floyd Mayweather's head. I don't mean that distastefully, or I don't know if it was previous to him landing in Atlanta, if the problem occurred when he made I believe he made an appearance or was at a club of some sorts. And it's no secret, man. If a car pulls up beside, I don't know if they hit the right car, the wrong call, but his bodyguard was shot. And the streets have no respect for that $1 billion. I don't know what he did or what he said previous to this. I don't know why it occurred, but it looked like what they did was intentional. You know, obviously we hate ill will upon anyone. There's no comeback from death. There is a comeback from bankruptcy, which I want for Oscar. There is a comeback from that, but death on any man? Nah, I don't wish that at all. I'm going to talk about the streets. The streets if you don't pay homage to the streets, you know, I talk about my videos all the time about how I own property in the inner city, and I'm very astute as to what goes on in the neighborhood. I'm not the guy that goes in and goes from 0 to 100. I'm the guy that eases his way in, understands the landscape. I have a concept of the landscape because I grew up in the city, but in terms of that block, that zip code, I have to allow the streets to tell me what the hell is going on. And then I make my way in as I am on the videos, is how I am with these guys in the streets, man. And I attempt to make sense of them. You know, I typically see the same guys every day. Not every day, but when I visit the property, I typically see more or less the same company. And I do my best. You know, I work my way into them being comfortable around me and in turn trusting me. So obviously Floyd's team has no regards for that. I will say this, and I pray that Floyd's team fully understand what the hell I'm saying. Hold on one second, be right back. I'll be right back. My son was playing outside. I got to open the door for him. I'm doing a video, okay? Take your shoes off. All right, I'm back. The streets don't care what...
Daddy is doing videos all day.
Okay, you like saying that, what I wanted. Anyways, they don't care. Play in the front room, Lincoln. And so, it's just... I was talking about his security team. His security team got to understand something, that they can't carry the machismo of Floyd Mayweather. I believe that they should use a little bit more decorum. They should be a little bit more hospitable, more respectable. I actually saw them throw a guy about 3 feet because he was asking Floyd for a picture or something like that. He literally threw him 3 feet away. Hold on one second. Lincoln, I asked you to do what? I asked you to go in the front room. Go in the front room. Okay, come on, let's go. Here, take your iPad. I'll be there in a second. So as I was saying, so when you got 2 kids running around the house, you got to stop and make these videos, and I got to get it out now. But they carry Floyd's image like to the heart, and at the end of the day, I know you have a job to do. but I think there's a little bit more decorum. You can use a little bit more respect towards other people. You know what I mean? Uh, um, they don't carry weapons on them. They're big, they're strong, they have a presence to them. I have a decent relationship with half of them, so I have so what I'm saying is, uh, I don't know all of them because it seems like they've been changing all of a sudden. You know what I mean? But uh, I just want them to fully understand that they're human, and every video that Floyd is in, that they're in, that makes you Floyd Mayweather. And the streets don't give a damn. They sent out their warning. If I'm Floyd, I get the hell out of there immediately. I make no more appearances. You're not the Teflon Don. No one on earth is a Teflon Don. You know, that's just a movie. That's just a Teflon Don. Teflon. That's a movie from the new Shaft. Remember he said that. Tiger Whoop, Tiger Whoop. And but I just genuinely want everyone to be safe. I think there needs to be some respect shown, no matter what zip code, what city you're in. And I'm not just talking about Floyd. I'm just talking about just people in general. You know, am I on board with what the streets do? No. But I know I can't go into a neighborhood and pretend to be King Kong. You know, man, for them to pull up beside your car and literally open fire, that's pretty bold. You know, that's exceptionally bold. Obviously, it'll be more news by the end of this day. Obviously, by the end of this week. I don't know if it was a bounty on his head. They got the wrong car. Was they intentionally going for the security guard? But I best believe if you're going after Floyd Mayweather entourage, you're going after Floyd Mayweather. That's just it. And I heard several shots. So that means it was a game plan. It was intentional. There was definitely malice and forethought, which means they wanted murder, they wanted blood, and Floyd needed to get the hell out of Atlanta or Georgia, whatever city he's in, and get back to Vegas and calm your ass down, and let the judicial system, let the police do their investigation, and that's it. But to a certain extent, Floyd believes he's above anything. He's above reproach. You know, $1 billion has the ability to do that to you. I've never been worth $1 billion. Floyd is the only billionaire I personally know. Out of that, I give respect because it takes some type of plan, some type of discipline to be able to create and then absolutely earn and make $1 billion. I mean, that's obscene. You know what I'm saying? So he's made all the money he needs to make in this lifetime, I would say. But I think Floyd honestly needs to come back down, you know, center yourself a little bit. We all know how much money you have. We know how many cars you own, every car on earth. You can do anything you want financially. But on a social level, at the bottom level, there are street dudes that absolutely hate you. And today was an absolute, today was an indication of, this morning was an indication of that. And for Floyd's team and everyone else involved, remember, you're not untouchable. All right? Everyone, you have officially been warned. And I'm just speaking as a pragmatic dude that grew up in the hood. I've never shot anyone in the streets, so I don't. I've shot guns at the gun range, but not in. I've never shot a gun on the streets. You know what I mean? And so, you know. Prayer is one thing, but common sense is another thing. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is a Floyd Mayweather issue, but let this be a lesson learned, because I know there's some dudes out there that listen to my voice that are really about that life, and maybe this video slows you down today and keeps you home to kiss your mom, kiss your girl, kiss your son, kiss your daughter, hang out with your cousin, you know, go out of town for a couple of weeks and let things just calm down before you actually make a decision that can change the legacy of your family forever. You doing 25 years in life changes the legacy of your family forever, till perpetuity, till the sun goes out, because your potential has been flatlined. You doing 25 years in prison. So I mean, making rash decisions like attempted murder on someone. So um, so this story is two-pronged. I obviously don't agree with someone shooting at another man trying to take someone's life. But on the flip side, if you believe you're above reproach, then the streets gonna come get you, man. I don't go in a neighborhood like I own a neighborhood. I own that building, and I respect like if I have a property in the '60s neighborhood, which I do. If I have a property in the '90s neighborhood, which I do. Which I have property in the 7-4 Hoovers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like H-Ray gangsters. Like you understand what I'm saying? I respect that. Listen. I'm not the guy that goes in the neighborhood and be like, I own this. Y'all motherfuckers need to respect it. Nah, I try and befriend them. You know, I'm 5'7", 165 pounds. I'm not beating up the hood. No way, no how, no. You know what I mean? I want like my friend's a police officer. He says the goal of every night is for everyone to go home to their family at the end of the day. So that's what we want and truly desire. Hopefully this message reaches out to the people it needs to reach out to. Floyd definitely needs to be more centered. It's not even above him being aware. It's not that. It's Floyd. Floyd has a sense of entitlement, which he. I don't take this negatively. He's earned a sense of entitlement, and simultaneously, he needs to understand that even if he doesn't mean it, like genuinely mean it, he needs to be more centered. He needs to be more understanding of reality. 70% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, and I fully understand that. Deontay Wilder said it so eloquently. One of my more famous Deontay Wilder coaches, I still know the price of milk. Deontay Wilder is a millionaire, and niggas from the hood want Deontay Wilder to be a billionaire. You understand? Do you understand that concept? So Floyd needs to be more Deontay Wilder, because at the end of the day, there's a percentage of black people that want Floyd to fail because of his arrogance, because of his non-public agenda to heal our inner cities, or more importantly, to side with us when we need you. I'll have this conversation with Floyd if I get a chance to, the week of April 18th through the 22nd. You know, Obviously, I have Floyd's phone numbers, but I'll use that for a time when I absolutely need it, when it becomes extreme. But he'll be in LA soon. I always have opportunities to hang out with Floyd, and I got a family. I don't want to be up to 2 o'clock in the morning hanging out with 13 dudes who don't even know my name, only Floyd. You know what I mean? Like, I know who they are, but they don't truly know me. You know, I'm just a piece of the 300-piece puzzle. Now, I enjoy going home, being the king of my castle, putting my children to bed. You understand what I'm saying? And I hope hope this wakes up Floyd. I really genuinely hope this wakes up Floyd and understanding that before he was a billionaire, before he was the greatest fighter, before he was TBE, before he was before he was in the Olympics, 96 Olympics, he was Floyd Joy Mayweather living in a 1-bedroom apartment with all his brothers and sisters. And that's the Floyd Mayweather that we grew to love. We rooted for him in the Olympics. I remember it vividly. You know, one of my really, really close friends actually worked the Olympics. You know, they were looking for people all over the country because they had an abundance of jobs. They fly people in, to work the Olympics. He was one of the fortunate ones to work the Olympics. And so I am, as a side note, I would go to 78, Santee, Walton, Town Biz, Trap House Boxing, and listen to their videos. They have a different perspective than me. Black Fight Fan, these guys have a different perspective. Them guys were really about that life to a certain degree. I'm not speaking for them, but I'm just, the voice that they carry on YouTube. I would go, if they post a video on Floyd getting shot, I would listen to them. They have far more experience on the other side of the fence than I do, and they can break it down way more extensively and more eloquently than I can. I was the guy that watched it. You know what I mean? I don't have any experience as to like doing doing what they did from their perspective. I was a cornball, but but you know, just Floyd, man, center yourself, man. We already know you're a billionaire. Muhammad Ali was the most powerful man in the world, and every person in the world believed that they can touch Muhammad Ali or have a conversation with him. You know, like as I told you guys, if Deontay Wilder said he needed 1,000 black men in Birmingham, or where, I forget what city he's from, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I would be there. You know, it's that. If Floyd said he needed 1,000 black men to be there, I would. You know, I'm uncertain if I would go. You know, I may go because of my relationship with him, but I'm talking about just instinctively, like I'm there. Let me look at Dre's work calendar. Let me see where my kids are. Make sure everyone is secure. I'm finding a way to get there, and that's the specialness. That's the sauce. That Deontay Wilder has. Floyd Mayweather doesn't have that street movement. You know, Floyd Mayweather's personality is more like mine. He just has a. Forgive me for saying that. Like I'm talking about, like, he's not really about that street life. I'm not really about that street life. You understand what I'm saying? If you listen to the conversation with Jamel Charlo and Floyd Mayweather, the energies and the vibrations that's eluded in that video, you can tell that they are two completely different entities. You understand? And Jamel Charlo humbled himself and invited himself into Floyd Mayweather's life in that interview. Floyd Mayweather wasn't a part about his life. And but at the end of the day, if you're a black man in this America, you bet not give up your blackness. That's all I'm going to say. You bet not disrespect these streets. It's just, I'm not saying accept it. I'm talking about the disrespect. Like, I'm bigger, I'm better than you. We can't do that on any level. I know the poison that these drug dealers are giving our community. I understand it fully. But I can't be the law. Yes, we want to be examples of greatness and what may have you, but to think that you are above reproach, I think Floyd Mayweather has that to a certain degree. And he doesn't have that with me. Like Saturday, he came up to me and gave me knuckles. Like, so I'm not saying, but I'm saying just the overall perception of him, of how people perceive him. You know, they perceive him as untouchable. And Floyd Mayweather, see, here's the catch. And we alluded to this. We gave Floyd Mayweather a lot of passes because he was the one, or he was the one that we anointed in the black community that will make it and believe had the potential to make it, to defeat the system and become a billionaire. We wanted all this for Floyd. Now we want Floyd to give back to us. You understand what I'm saying? And I have an affinity for Floyd. Like, I respect him. I love him as a black man. We have a relationship now, not like I have with the Watsons, most definitely not like I have with you guys on YouTube. I definitely feel more of a brotherhood between you guys than I have on with Floyd. But I have access to him, right? And that gives me more opportunities to have conversations with him. But I'm looking forward to see what transpires moving forward. Hopefully that they don't do it again. Because keep in mind, it doesn't matter where you move. I mean, this is real life. Whether you're in Atlanta, whether you're in Vegas, they can touch you. You know, if you don't believe me, the Biggie story. Them niggas didn't fly from New York to kill Biggie. They were in L.A. They can touch you. If they want to touch you, they can touch you. And Floyd is not silent about how he moves and where he moves and what kind of vehicle he's moving with. So anyways, man. Barbershop conversations, man. I pray and I truly hope that the tides has calmed, because I definitely don't want to wake up to no man. I don't care if you're Mexican, white, even Oscar De La Hoya. I don't want no man to kill him. I want him to be persecuted by me, but I don't want to kill him. Oh man, that there's no comeback from death, and I'm fully aware and understand that. And so let's love each other a little bit more, you know, even if it's just inside your house, you know. And I'm looking forward to see what happens in Atlanta. What started this? I have no idea. I only know what you guys know. And so anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and talk to you guys soon. Peace.